You heard Sri Ramani's talk about the rapid progress which Unnati has made in the last couple of years. Building on the momentum, Unnati has got great plans. Let us hear Dr. Randhir Mishra, Director Unnati, speak about Unnati opening new horizons.
Good evening, everyone. I know we are kind of getting onto the fag end of the patience this evening, and I would like to kind of keep the talk or my part of the presentation very short and possibly sweet. Thanks again for being with us for all this lovely journey, and I have been associated with Unnati for about 7 years now. It has been a wonderful experience so far. The learning has been immense, and there are two specific pieces that I wanted to highlight as a part of our Unnati's journey so far. You have heard about them in fleeting mentions before, but I thought it was important that having got all your support, we update you on these two significant initiatives that we have taken. One which has already taken shape, which is the NSDC partnership. And we are very proud to tell you that we are a certified NSDC partner, and NSDC has been instrumental in bringing a lot of other NGOs, especially in the vocational learning space, and also professional organizations, taking them to a new level. And I thought, rather than we trying to tell you why did we go around doing this whole partnership, let us go back and see what some of the leaders who are the partners of
NSDC plays multiple roles: angel investor, ecosystem creator, policy advisor, and all these roles being blended into one, with the focus being how do we actually skill our youth to meet the market requirement. While we already were very deeply involved with industry, I think ever since our engagement with NSDC, our engagement with government, particularly states and schemes, has improved. Because becoming an NSDC partner, you tend to get invited for most of the RFPs, EOIs, etc. that the government sends out, and I think that is making a difference to us.
One is that NSDC is the first of its kind platform which has been created in the country, which has brought together the top performing private sector organizations in the area of skills together.
I think NSDC lends a certain amount of credibility to the fact that you have a certain amount of quality. I think the big challenge for training organizations in this country has always been an issue of credibility. Because if you really think about it, there's a lot of grey market in training in this whole country for many years, which is why it's actually harder to build a training and skill development business.
We all came into the industry not because we saw the opportunity, because we want to do something else. We're already doing very well in our business. We chose to come here to do something for skill development. So I think NSDC matches every one of our passion.
The support of NSDC goes beyond the financial support. They are real ecosystem players, connecting to the industry, connecting to the standards, and actually creating market for skills.
So my objective in connecting with NSDC was really to get a platform where I can start a dialogue and get these forgotten youth to the forefront.
NSDC team is extremely hardworking, very supportive, and they go out of their way to help you as a partner, and you will feel, yes, I have a partner out there whom I can rely upon.
I've had, I think personally, a great experience with all the leadership, and there's some outstanding people in NSDC right through from the top to the operational teams.
I always feel that this is one organization, absolutely zero corruption, absolutely no vested interest.
Now that I look back, we are a much more evolved organization because of NSDC, and it has really helped us improve on our deliverables, on our quality, on our visibility.
So, in fact, the point that I was trying to highlight here, that now that we are open to a much bigger ecosystem, it is also valuable for us to learn from other people's experience. So that is one of the main thing that NSDC brings to us. Other than that, what we also become a part now is the National Skills Development Mission. The current Prime Minister has been very aggressive in terms of looking at skills, and our vision of talking about 1 million youth that we would be able to kind of train and bring to the mainstream is very closely linked to that particular mission. So that's one of the part that is very clear value for us. Now we also have an ability of being able to grant certificates to our youth. That increases both the value, long-term value of our program, as well as the attractiveness for the youth to come to us. So that has been a big achievement for us. Then, of course, one of our biggest challenge has been to get the youth to come and sign into our program. If we are talking about 1 million youth, then the big question arises is that how do we reach those 1 million youth? Luckily, NSDC through their Hunar Hai To Kadar Hai, I don't know how many of you actually had a chance of looking at that particular campaign of theirs, hugely successful, and they actually are getting anywhere between 300 to about 20,000 calls because of that, and we will be able to tap into that particular piece as well through them. And of course, the most important thing is improved employment for our graduates. So that has been one big thing for us, the NSDC partnership, and we are hoping that we will be able to bring bigger value to NSDC. In fact, in some way, we are also instrumental in making NSDC realize doing a partnership outside of funding. So we actually did not go with a funded partnership with NSDC. We only went as a certification and a program partner. And we are kind of hoping that we will be able to bring much more value to NSDC through our association as well. So that's the bit about NSDC. The other one, which is actually a pet project of ours, is what we call the UNext. Now, we very clearly understand that our impact on the youth has been tremendous. Having been in the education space for a very long time, I will not have any hesitation to acknowledge that the kind of impact and the sustained impact that Unnati program creates for youth is not seen even in some of the premier institute programs that I have seen, right? And it is only natural for us to say, can we take this program to the next layer, which is basically people who are in the professional colleges, degree, diploma colleges. And we have been hearing this particular word for almost about 20 years now, that our graduates are not employable. It's not really the part which the universities or the colleges with a much more stiff, much more defined curriculum can achieve in such a short span of time. But we believe that through our intervention going to these colleges, we will be able to make these people specifically job role ready, which we identify and give them programs for. What also happens is that it automatically takes the number of our youth touch points to a totally different level. We also believe that through this particular program, we will be connecting to the huge ecosystem of the established colleges and universities and be able to bring a tremendous amount of intellectual value into our program. Because right now, we don't have any intellectual connect with our program, and we are basically seeing the results, measuring it by ourselves, bringing it in contact with the intellectuals. We believe that it will enrich and enhance our program going ahead. So the structure is very simple that we are talking about. We will be talking about a blended program where we run a few of the contacts through a remote program. You have already heard that we are talking about tremendous use of technology in our programs going ahead. And we will actually set up centers in different university colleges, diploma colleges, and run program at 2 layers. One essentially for the diploma or the non-degree programs, and one for basically taking the, so to say, the slightly more accomplished, slightly more ambitious, slightly more aware people to the next layer of trying to see if we can create some leaders from those youth as well. We see very clearly that this particular center, along with our field centers, create a very nice ecosystem to extend to the UNext at the campuses, in the colleges, and we will be able to kind of give anywhere between 80 to 100, 120 hour kind of a program that runs concurrent with their current curriculum for the youth. So that's the basic breakup for our program. And what we believe is, going ahead, you will be hearing about Unnati in a more comprehensive, in a more expanded manner because of this particular initiative. Other than this, there is a small piece that is worthwhile for you to see. You have already seen our campus management system that Ramani shared with you, or gave you the details of. You will be seeing much more of use of technology in terms of computer-based learning modules that we are trying to bring in. We are trying to bring in experts. So there is obviously a big appeal to all of you here to come to us with the ability for us to capture you, to connect with our youth on a remote platform. So we'll be more than happy to get all of you to come on and connect and share your experiences with the youth as we go ahead. And we would be basically looking at remote interviews for the job for our youth. And of course, you have been following us on social media, and that's only going to get much more. So that's the key things that I wanted to share with you. So thanks again for being here, and thanks for your time.
Thank you, Dr. Randhir.